Hello, everybody. Are you ready to learn English with comprehensible input? In today's slow and simple English podcast, I will be teaching you guys English by telling you about my plans for spring break. Now, here in the United States, around late March and early April, students in school have a break. They don't have to go to school for 1 or sometimes 2 weeks. This depends on the school. Some schools give students a 1-week break, and some schools give students a 2-week break. Well, I am a teacher. For my job, I work as a teacher. Now, I am an online teacher, which means I don't go to a school to teach students. Instead, I teach students from my house. Every day I open my computer and I teach students online from my computer. Now, at the school where I teach, students have a 1-week break for their spring break, which means I also have a 1-week break. I am very excited for this spring break. Now, although I'm going to get a break from work, I decided to plan a lot of activities throughout this spring break. So I am not going to be sitting around my house doing nothing. Instead, my wife, my daughter, and I are going to be going to lots of different places. Now, my first plan for spring break is to go to a place here in California called Idyllwild. Idyllwild is a place in California where there's a lot of beautiful nature to see. There's a lot of wilderness around you in Idyllwild. There are wild animals that you can see in Idyllwild, and there are also some lakes that you can fish at in Idyllwild. I am very excited to go to Idyllwild because I really love nature and I really love to be around nature. I am planning on going hiking while I am in Idyllwild. Hiking is basically where you go on a very long walk in nature. Now, there is also a town in Idyllwild that I am very excited to visit. The town in Idyllwild is pretty small, but there are some cool things to see. I remember last time I went to Idyllwild, there was a very, very delicious restaurant in the town. This restaurant was a burger restaurant. The main item on their menu was a hamburger. And I remember that I ordered a hamburger with jalapenos on it. This hamburger had a lot of jalapenos on it, which made the burger very, very spicy, but it was also very delicious. And I remember that the burger was huge. It was much bigger than the average burger that you will get if you order a burger at a restaurant. There's also a very cool toy shop in Idyllwild that I would like to visit a second time. Now, this toy shop is fun for both kids and adults because a lot of the toys there are very, very old toys. They are toys that kids used to play with in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. So it's cool to be able to see these toys that you might not see very often anymore. I remember at this specific store, there are also mystery boxes. There are these boxes that you can purchase that almost look like a present that you would give to somebody, but you do not know what is inside the box. It's a mystery. So you buy the box and you don't know what you are going to get. So you open it up and it will have different toys in it. I'm not totally sure if I'm going to buy one of these this time because they do cost a lot of money and I don't really know what's inside, but I might try this out this time. I might buy one of these mystery boxes. Now we are only going to be in Idyllwild for about 3 days. So after these 3 days, we will come back to our house and I'm going to have about 3 more days where I don't really have anything planned. So these 3 days, I'm probably going to rest a little bit. And I'm also probably going to use this time to make some more videos so that you guys are able to keep learning English with my videos. And then after those 3 days, we are going to go on another trip. We have another trip planned during my spring break. On this trip, we are going to be traveling to another state in the United States. We are going to be traveling to the state of Oregon, which is just north of California. It is neighboring us. So in order to get to Oregon, it is going to take us a little bit more time than on my other trip to Idyllwild. We are going to have to go on a plane and we are going to fly to Oregon. In Oregon, we will be staying with my aunt and my uncle. My aunt is my dad's sister, and my dad's sister lives in the state of Oregon. My grandmother also lives in the state of Oregon. My grandmother is my dad's mother. So we are going to go to Oregon to visit my aunt, my uncle, and my grandmother. I also have cousins in Oregon as well that we will be seeing during this trip. Now, I don't really know everything that I'm going to be doing in Oregon because I do not know the area very well. I do not know the area that we are going to be staying in because I don't live there. I think that my aunt and my uncle are going to think of ideas of different things that we can do. They are going to plan certain activities that we can all do together. One thing that I really like about Oregon is that there are lots of trees in Oregon. As I said earlier, I really like nature and I like to be around trees and lots of wilderness. And most of the state of Oregon is covered in trees. It is covered in wilderness. So I really enjoy going to that area of my country. I am also going to enjoy the weather in Oregon. I know that it is going to be a little bit colder in Oregon than it is here in California. In Southern California, where I live, at this time of year, it gets very, very hot. And although I do not like when it is super, super cold, I also do not like when it is very, very hot. Right now, it is kind of difficult to go outside of the house because it is so hot, and being out in the heat will make you sweat a lot. You will sweat a lot, and it is kind of uncomfortable. So I'm excited to go to Oregon because I know the weather is going to be a little bit better and it's not going to be so hot. It's going to be a little bit cooler in Oregon. Another thing that I'm very excited to do in Oregon is to go to a store that I have been to in Oregon before. In Oregon, where my aunt and uncle live, there is a very cool board game store. In this store, you can buy lots of different board games. I personally love board games, and I have a very big collection of board games. I have bought many different types of board games over many years, and I really enjoy to buy new board games to add to my collection. So I'm very excited to go to this store to buy a board game or two. Another really nice thing about this store is that it has used board games. You can buy used board games there. These used board games are board games that somebody has already owned, somebody has already played with, and they decided that they didn't want the game anymore. So they went to this store and sold this game to the owner of the store. So when you buy a used board game, it is usually cheaper than buying a new board game. It doesn't cost as much money because you are buying it used. I don't really mind if the board game that I purchase is used. It's not really a problem for me. So I like to take advantage of buying used board games because I can save some money that way. Now I will be recording some videos in Oregon for you guys to be able to learn English as I am exploring this state. I hope you enjoyed this video, learning English by hearing about my plans over spring break. For more videos like this one, where we learn English by listening to the language spoken in a slow, simple, and clear way, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.